Prosecutors have abandoned a decades-old drug trafficking case against Victorian underworld crime figure Tony Mokbel. The Director of Public Prosecutions has confirmed it's discontinuing a retrial of allegations that Mokbel tried to source a commercial quantity of MDMA from overseas in June 2005. With more, reporter Ben Knight joins us now. Ben, can you just take us through how we actually got here today?
Well, it's been a long road. This is really the end of one of the most infamous chapters in Victorian legal and criminal history. Tony Mokbel, as you say, is a free man as of this morning when the Office of Public Prosecutions told the Supreme Court that it would not be continuing going ahead with a retrial on one of those drug conviction cases. Tony Mokbel, of course, a hugely significant underworld figure in Melbourne. He's been portrayed on the screen numerous times in some of the television series looking at the underworld wars here in Melbourne in the 2000s. But really, this case is one of those that shook the legal establishment. Tony Mokbel's lawyer was Nicola Gobbo, who has become infamous herself as Lawyer X. At the time she was representing Tony Mokbel, she was also working as a secret informant to the Victoria Police Underworld Task Force, Purana, and giving evidence against her own clients. One of them was Tony Mokbel. Now, Tony Mokbel, when all of this was revealed, appealed against 3 of the major drug convictions that he was jailed for. One of them was overturned. Another one was also overturned, but was stood for a retrial, and another one stood. So that retrial, Tony Mokbel has been on bail, waiting to find out if and when that would go ahead. He's been on pretty strict bail conditions since then. His movements have been restricted. He was not allowed to just live anywhere. He had to use a phone that was approved by police, but all building up to today when he found out in court that the Office of Public Prosecutions would not be going ahead with that retrial. Now, just to give you a bit of information on why that has been the case, we did get a statement from Victoria's Office of Public Prosecutions just giving a few reasons why they would not be going ahead. Here's what they said. It was because of likely ongoing delays in the case, because of the age of the alleged offending going back to the early 2000s, the fact that there was no actual importation of the MDMA because the scheme was averted or prevented at the time of the conviction, and that the likely sentence that would be imposed on Tony Mokbel, given his age and his health. Worth bearing in mind that he has served 18 years in prison for the conviction that stood and some of the others that are still to his name. He was attacked in prison. He suffered a brain injury after being attacked in the jail yard. He's also had heart issues, and the Office of Public Prosecutions also said that the lengthy term of imprisonment that he has already served is one of those reasons why this conviction has been quashed. So really the end of a long and very unpleasant road for Tony Mokbel, but today he walked out of court just after 9 o'clock this morning after a very short hearing. A free man. And
when he walked out of court, Ben, he did speak to the media there. What did he say?
Yeah, he did speak to the media. He thanked his family, he thanked his friends. He talked about how he regretted his time in prison but really didn't have any other regrets. He talked about wanting to get on a plane and travel overseas, something that probably be a bit limited in anyway, given that he still has numerous convictions against his name, including one for a scheme to import more than 40 kilograms of methamphetamine, but maybe there's somewhere he'll be able to go. Let's have a bit of a listen to what he had to say.
It's been a long process, as you know. It's been a decade or more, and I'd like to thank all my lawyers and barristers that have been with me all the way. There's been many of them over the years. I really like to thank Sarah, Julie and many others that have been on a long process with me.
How do you express the relief of a moment like this after decades?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It feels really nice, and life goes on.
So Tony Mokbel, 60 years old, walking free from court for the first time after nearly 2 decades in custody and in the system.